Hey guys, how y'all doing? BionicleSaurus here, and in this video we are going to be taking a look at the Safari Limited Malawisaurus. Malawisaurus is a genus of titanosaurid sauropod that lived in Malawi, Africa during the early Cretaceous period. It could grow up to a length of approximately 52 feet and weighed in at around 11 tons. The model here comes in at a length of almost 15 inches and a height of 4 inches. It is currently retailing for around $22 US. Getting into the figure itself, the overall appearance is certainly striking and visually pleasing. The pose is simple but fluid and conveys an excellent sense of realism. The coloration is particularly eye-catching, with the base color a burnt orange accented by a white underside and dark brown and white patterning across the model's tail, back, neck, and limbs. This coloration is somewhat controversial among collectors at the moment, as it is somewhat on the bold side of things, but in terms of accuracy and likelihood, I personally find this color scheme to be perfectly plausible, as it is primarily just shades of brown and white. Colors common for many animals, carnivores and herbivores alike. All in all, the combination of colors on this model are quite aesthetically pleasing to boot. In terms of texturing, the body is relatively smooth, and yet has individually sculpted scales. This sounds like a paradox, but in fact, the smoothness of the scalation is a byproduct of just how small the scales are. This figure sports remarkably fine texture, and is a truly impressive display of detail that is proportional on a small model of a big animal. The amount of time and care put into anatomy is clearly visible, with a complete lack of claws on the front feet and a big wide belly perfect for digesting mass amounts of vegetation. The overall proportions and all that stuff in terms of accuracy, the integument, it's all spot on to our current knowledge. The only real aspect missed in terms of accuracy is the lack of a cloaca. However, Safari usually includes one, so I can only assume that there must be some reasonable logistical reason for not doing so on this model, rather than simple oversight. And overall, this hardly detracts from what is a virtually perfectly designed figure otherwise. The paint job and paint application is quite well done all over the body. The paint on the head has been critiqued by some, but the head itself is smaller than my fingernail, and as far as I can tell, the paintwork is about as well done as it could be considering Safari's figures are hand-painted, an endeavor I find to be very much worthwhile. And the eyes specifically are very well done. Quickly, I'd like to give Safari some props for choosing such an obscure genus of dinosaur. I personally had never actually heard of Malawisaurus until this figure was put into production. This is a fantastic effort in educational value and uniqueness. A final note is the production quality, which is utterly flawless. There has been absolutely no paint wear, scratching, or indeed actual damage to the sculpt of any sort since I received this model. This is a solidly constructed figure to say the least. My final rating to this unique little sauropod is a highly recommended. This is yet another home run in the Safari 2018 lineup in my book. A final thing I'd like to say is that this figure is definitely becoming a personal favorite of mine. It might actually be my #1 favorite in the 2018 Safari lineup of figures, at least so far. If you would like to purchase this or any Safari Limited figures, you can do so at safariltd.com or at amazon.com/Safari Limited. Thank you for watching, and BionicleSaurus signing out.